Guys, a lot of people haven't really discovered Singapore. Now, so many people want to travel to UK, Canada, thinking that that's all the most best place that you can go and make a better living. But UK and Canada is becoming dilapidated. The technologies in these countries are going outdated already. There are countries that are taking over from them. But the problem there is traveling to these countries like Singapore is if you can be able to meet the requirements, and then if you can be able, if you have the qualifications to study to study or work in this kind of countries. So there's something I want to tell you today. Singapore is very rich. They pay more money for workers than the people in the UK, and the income tax is much more lower also. But it's very also expensive considering the country you're coming from. For instance, if I'm going to Singapore from Malaysia, it's considered very expensive for me. But if I'm coming from Singapore to Malaysia, it's considered more cheap. Actually, some people that are Malaysians that are working in Singapore, they live in the border of Malaysia and Singapore. They live in Malaysia, and then every morning they have to travel to Singapore to work because of the cost of living for rental and housing and everything. For instance, I bought this water from Singapore. This is the name. I bought the water from Singapore actually, and if you can see there, the address. I don't know if you guys can see. It's made in Singapore. I bought the water from Singapore, and this one is from Malaysia. So this one cost me 60 cents of Singaporean cents, and 60 cents of one Singaporean dollars is about 3 ringgit 50 cents. And this one cost me 80 cents of Malaysian cents. So which means if we consider it as the currency value, this one is much more cheaper. But if we consider it with the income rate in Singapore, this is considered cheaper actually. So if you're living in Singapore and you're earning your income in Singapore, it is considered very much affordable than the UK actually or some other Western countries. But you earn more money, you make more money in Singapore actually not than the UK, and you pay lesser income tax than the UK or the US. So things are quite expensive if you're coming from a country that has a lesser currency value. But if you're living there and you're earning your income, your revenue from the country, you have a job or business or whatever, and you're earning it directly from the country, I think it's very much considerable than people that live in a different country. So now, for instance, I traveled from Malaysia to Singapore, and this is the water that I bought. Now, my money, I had to convert it from Malaysian ringgit to Singapore. So buying this water for 60 cents equals to about 1 ringgit, about 2 ringgit plus. So, but this one is considered. It's yeah, it's about 2 ringgit, but this one is considered um 80 cents. This one is bought for 80 cents in Malaysia, but this one, if I convert it with the currency value, it cost me about 1 ringgit plus close to 2 ringgit. So if I'm coming from a country that has a lower currency value, it's considered more expensive. But if you're living there and you have something that generates your income, you have a job, you have a business, it's actually considered very much okay. You can earn more money, you can save more money, but cost of living is very high, but not as high as the UK or the US or some of these European countries or Western countries.